Hello everyone, Rob here again from MaxPackBrakes.com. Like I said, I was probably going to do another video right after the last one, so yes, I'm doing the video right after the last one. As I had mentioned in my last video, I was going to make another video addressing some of the things that I've seen going on, just some things that I'm personally going through, and just overall some things that I'm seeing. That being said, like I said, I'm always constantly looking for other ways to promote Max Pack Brakes. To grow the channel and make it bigger. So you're always constantly, me and my partners are always constantly looking for avenues in which to do that. And I got to remember to do that. After my last video, I saw I was waving my hands all the time. I got to stop doing that. So I am always constantly looking for ways to promote the channel, grow the channel, and start getting it out there. As you know, we just started the channel not too long ago, basically about 4 weeks ago. And it's been going great, getting a lot of subscribers. Not a lot, but getting subscribers right now. I'm happy. We're getting a lot of great people on the channel, a lot of followers now, and it's really exciting. It's exciting to me to see the channel grow and see the people come on. I see that they're happy. I think that it's great seeing that they're happy getting their cards, all those good things. But like I said, that being said, I'm always looking for other ways to promote the channel and grow the channel. You have to do that. So in that process, of course, I come across other breakers. And I try to work with those other breakers, hopefully to promote my channel and so forth. And let me say this right away, because I don't want a bunch of people coming at me and hating on me and stuff like that. I'm not making this video to put anybody down in any way, shape, or form. That's not what this video is about. Okay, I'm addressing things as purely a business a view that I look at certain things and so forth, and they're my opinions. It's not to upset anybody, offend anybody, make anybody look bad, or anything like that. Not at all. So I just wanted to get that out of the way really quickly. And if you are watching this video and find it disturbing, or it offends you, or it upsets you, I encourage you to watch the video all the way through, because then your opinion might change once you hear a few more things. So be sure to check out the entire video. Just don't watch snippets and get an opinion and you hadn't even watched the whole thing. So that being said, anyway, like I said, I'm constantly looking for ways to promote the channel. So I'm going into other breakers, and seeing if I can work with them in some sort of way. And I'm all about helping other breakers. I've been on, a lot of you know the big boys out there. I'm not going to mention names. The bigger breakers and stuff like that. And I have gone to them and saying, I have spent thousands of dollars with these breakers, thousands of dollars. And so, I have spent good money with them, and I have gone to them and said, hey, do you mind if I do a shout out on my channel? I'm trying to, grow my channel. And, I do that first. I asked, because it's their channel, I don't want to do anything that's wrong. And they come back to me and say, no, sorry, you can't promote your channel. And that's after I've already spent thousands of dollars with them. Now, you and I both know why they're saying that. Let's not beat around the bush here. Let's not BS anybody. The reason why they say it is because they don't want to lose any business. They want to keep the business with them, so they don't want to promote another channel and have some of their business go to that other channel. It's as simple as that. There's no other way to look at it. And I can respect that. I get it. I understand it. But I don't do that. I'm all about supporting other channels. I don't care how big this channel gets. I'm still going to be out there supporting other channels. Because at the end of the day, it's the customer that you need to make happy, and your supporters and your followers to make them happy at the end of the day. In any business, it's all about the customers, because the customers, your followers, your supporters are the bread and butter of the company. Hands down. They're the most important. So that's kind of like off-putting when I've done that and they said no. There's been other channels that are more than happy to do a shout out or support me and things like that, and I love that. Like one of them is classic pack breaks. Bunch of great guys over there, Andy and Randy, Andrew and Randy. Great guys. They have a great channel. So of course I'm going to give them a shout out. We got El Canon. I love his channel. I've talked with him personally. Great guy. He's got a great channel. We got RTS that just came on board. And he's just starting off. I mean, yeah, I've seen his videos and maybe they need a little bit of work, but he's still a nice guy and I'm going to try to help him as well. So it's, I feel like it's great to help other breakers, if you can, and hopefully they help me out in return. So anyway, I'm just trying to cover a few things here. But anyway, that being said, most of you, and the reason why I'm doing this is because it was really like it touched base with me for some reason. It just hit some of my strings, and I says, God, I probably shouldn't do this video. But when it just hits those certain strings in you, I thought, I've got to do this video. So anyway, I'm gonna make and like I said, it's not to offend anybody, not to upset anybody, certainly not to put anybody down. That's not what is really at the end of this video. You're going to see that I'm actually trying to help and support. At the that all being said, that's what I'm truly trying to do. But anyway, so in this process of trying to grow my channel and stuff like that, most of you, if you haven't heard of him or you haven't seen his videos, I'll be shocked, but most of you probably know about Jobs Family. He's a great guy, Eric. He's the one that runs the channel. He's been doing it for a very long time. He makes some great videos. I love his videos. And, he just has an overall great channel. And I mean, he has a very big channel as well. And so that being said, you can actually go on his Patreon page, and his biggest package is $300. And with that $300, he will show you as a sponsor on his videos, and obviously you will get some marketing out of that, and hopefully he gives you some mentions and as well on his videos as a new supporter. So hopefully, in return for paying that, I can maybe get some subscribers on my channel and so forth. So I opted about a week, maybe a little over a week ago, to go ahead and pay the $300. It ended up coming to $372 after tax and everything else, a monthly subscription to hopefully grow, my own channel, which I think is really nice of Jobs Family. I think it's great that he offers that opportunity for smaller breakers like us that are just getting going, the opportunity to promote on his channel, which is obviously a bigger channel, to hopefully grow our own channel. So I think that's really cool of him to offer. I think that's fantastic. So I went ahead and did that, and within that subscription, it offers you the ability to, have direct line of communication with Eric, and through text. That's what his subscription says. So I had that day that I paid for paid the $372. I wrote him through text on Patreon, saying, hey, really happy to be a new supporter. Basically told him, the history of our channel, and offered him to even, there was even an offer I gave him. I said, hey, if you help us out, I love the fact that you're helping us out, and if you can give us a mention, I'm going to give you a free jacket as well that you can give to your subscribers free of charge on us, just our way of saying thank you. So I had put all that in the email, waited a couple days, no reply. Waited a couple more days, no reply. So I thought I'd ping him one more time. I'm gonna say, hey, just thought I'd ping you and so forth. Just to let you know that I have paid the highest subscription, and would love to see if anything come out of this. Still no reply. So it's been past a week now. He still hasn't replied to any of my messages, which is very unfortunate. And during that process, he had actually come out with a video, and I'm very sorry to hear about this, but he is going through a divorce, and it couldn't have been at a worse time. During the holidays, going through divorce, he has kids. I have two girls of my own. So to hear somebody going through that, it's just awful. It really is just awful. It is not a fun time for him. I know that he must be going through a lot of personal suffering and pain, just dealing with all of that. So my condolences to Eric if you are watching this this video. I only wish you the best, my friend. I know it must be hard for you, and especially right now with everything that's going on. I know it must be a kick in the balls. So I can only wish you the best, Eric, if you are watching this. But that being said, I just felt like I said there's a few strings that hit me when I see certain things, read certain things, and so forth. So I started going through his Patreon page, and in the community section, you can see all the comments that people have been making. And so I started going through the comments, thinking, I'm a little shocked, I'm a little surprised that I paid the biggest membership. You think when somebody paid the biggest membership, especially when it's at $300 and close to $400 after tax, you would send them something saying, hey, thanks for supporting the channel, something, at that level. And not to receive anything and not even get a reply on my text or, my messages to them was a little shocking. So I, like I said, I started reading the comments, and it just seemed like almost every single comment, it was about how he was backlogged in his shipping of his tier packages. Some people not even getting their big hits out of breaks. And I can understand a few of these happening. It's just going to happen. Sometimes you're going to mess up on a shipment. Sometimes you get behind a little bit, and especially with the amount and volume that I'm sure he's doing, I'm sure he's going to get behind a little bit. So but when you see a constant trend, things start to concern you at that point. And there is certainly a trend in his comments section where people aren't receiving their products. It's been 3 months. And then I saw, anywhere from 3 to 4 comments of people not getting their big hits out of breaks. They get their cards, but the big hits are missing out of it. And, in this industry, I'll tell you right now, you're going to get haters. No matter how hard you try, how supporting you can be, how, you bend over backwards, you're just not going to make everybody happy. Okay? That's the way it is. I mean, it's just common in this industry. So no matter how hard you try, you're not going to make them happy, and you will get those people. And so you kind of gotta take so many comments for a grain of salt. You're going to have those haters in there come in there and make a comment, and you just have to overlook it. But when you see 3, 4, 5, 6 people saying the same thing, then you have to really start looking at it and thinking about it, because then it's not just one hater, 2 haters. Then it becomes a trend. And that's what I started seeing with Jobs Family. And I think the biggest thing for me, I've been the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company for 10 years. So I do know what it takes to run a business, a company. I know, basically all the ins and outs of a company, So I can say this from experience. I can say this from my own personal experience. I can say this from working online. I can say this, even being a subscriber to Jobs Family, and paying money. I can say it from that point of view. One of the things that I kept seeing, as well, is somebody would come in and make a comment, hey, cut the guy some slack. He's going through a divorce. Of course, he's got a lot going on in his life. I'm sure he's going to get these packages out at I'm sure he's going to get them out sooner or later. And I think those are the comments that get to me. And I'll say why, And like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody or upset anybody. Jobs Family is, People say it's his hobby, it's his his side hustle, his things like that. Here's the facts, people. As soon as Eric decided to put a subscription based program together that offers services and products, the second he did that, it is no longer a hobby. It is no longer a side hustle. From that second on, it is a business. There's no other way to cut it. There's no other way to slice it. It is a business. He is offering a service and product for money or cash. Okay, it is a business, nothing more at that point. And it needs to be treated as such. And so when I see comments like that, it gets under my skin a little bit, because I'm thinking, okay, I understand why you're putting that comment, and I can appreciate that comment. I really can. But it is a null and void comment. Why? Because it is a business. And I like to go to those people and say, let me put it to you this way. Would you make that same comment if you're paying your insurance, your health insurance every month, and the owner of that health insurance, let's say something happens, God forbid, and you need to go to the hospital and you need a kidney replaced, and you've been paying this monthly, health insurance for months, but the owner of the health insurance company is now going through a divorce, and he doesn't reply to you, doesn't let you know what's going on, and decides just not to fulfill your insurance. Would you make that same comment? I don't think so. If, let's say, the manager and your electric supply, or the electric company, decided, he's going through a divorce, going through a hard time. I have no whatnot. Let's say a hard time, and decides to turn off the electric and turn it back on when things are better for him. Would you make that same reply? Absolutely not. Why? Because you consider that a company. Well, Jobs Family is a company, nothing more. It's a company. He is making a profit off of it. He is profiting off of somebody else's hard-earned cash. So it is a company and needs to be treated as such. So those comments are null and void. It doesn't matter what his personal life is. He has a company and it needs to be treated as such. I would do the same thing with Max Pack Brakes. And here's the situation that I see is that his channel has outgrown him. And he's trying to run this as a one-man show, and he can't. I mean, I've run the numbers. I've run numbers all my life. I work with finance. I'm a financial advisor as well. So I've run the numbers on his channel. And, if you look at his monthly Patreons, and if you look at his, YouTube revenue, and you look at his breaks, he's making over $10,000 a month. Okay? So he has outgrown his channel, and he's still trying to accomplish all this as a one-man show, and it just can't be done. He can't do it. Now, here's the difficulties that I have, okay? I can, understand somebody going through a hard time. I can understand, certain aspects, but here's what I don't understand, okay? He is making the money to hire an assistant. Absolutely, hands down, I guarantee you he's making enough money off of his Patreon, his YouTube revenue, his breaks, that he can hire an assistant. But he has chose not to, okay? That is his choice. That's his choice. And he has chosen not to. He even mentioned it on his last video, on his divorce video, that he's trying to get everything fulfilled, but it's a lot of work for him. So that tells me right away that he has not hired an assistant when he has the money to do it. Okay? He made the choice not to hire an assistant. Why? Because I have no reason. I don't know why he hasn't done it. Maybe simply the fact that he wants to not lose that money, because it is a business decision at the end of the day. It's either hire an assistant, to help with the shipping, to help with the breaks, to help with everything, and lose some money out of my own pocket? Or do I not hire that assistant and keep all the money for myself? So that's a business decision you have to make. Now, he made the decision not to hire an assistant and keep the money for himself. So that was a poor decision to me. I would have definitely hired somebody on, taken a cut, out of my own pay, hired an assistant, make sure that the customers are happy, the supporters are happy, because that's going to do two things. It's going to keep those subscribers and those members, keep them supporting the channel. A, make them very happy. You want to make sure your customers are happy. Two, and that in the long run, actually help propel the channel even further, because you're getting positive reviews, you're getting happy customers, you're getting happy supporters, make the company grow further, and thus putting money back in my pocket again. So that's one thing that's disturbing for me and his channel, that he has not done that. The other thing is that he's not replying to anybody. I've definitely seen that, where he's just not replying to anybody. And excuse me if you have replied to some people, I don't know. I'm only assuming through all the comments and the YouTube and everything else like that, that you haven't really that much. Now, I may be wrong. Please don't hold that against me. But communication is very important with your supporters, your community, and so forth. You need to communicate what's going on. And like I said, it's a business, and it needs to be run that way. Lord, for heaven forbid, if I was ever going through a divorce, it would literally kill me. And so that's why I can imagine the pain he's going through. But that's why I have business partners. There's 3 other partners in this company. So if, say, something personal is going on with me, and I'm going through a really tough time and going through a divorce and everything like that, what happens is I take the time I need to deal with my family and deal with my issues. I call the partners and say, okay, you need to take over operations, make sure everything goes accordingly as I deal with my situation. That's why you have partners. That's why you have assistants and stuff like that, because that's how companies are run. If you're going through a personal thing, personal life and business don't mix, period. I need to handle those. Company needs to be handled. So, that really bothers me when I see things like that. I said, it's like I said, I'm not putting this video together, put down Eric in any way, shape, or form. I love his videos. I love everything that he does with his channel. I love the fact that he's out there and allowing other small channels like me to promote on his channel and stuff like that. And really, I'm sitting here, thinking of how can I help him, but you just can't run a channel that way. You just can't, you have to get things done, no matter what you're going through. It was his choice at the end of the day. It was his choice to create the channel. It was his choice to create that monthly subscription. It was his choice not to hire an assistant, and you have to realize that, everybody. So, you really, those comments that you're making of, hey, to give this guy some slack and do this, you're actually, what do you call that? Being, what do you call that when you support somebody in the wrong way? Anyway, it just popped out of my head. But anyway, you're enabling him. There you go. By doing that, in his own conscious mind, he's saying, my followers are faithful to me. They're going to understand and stuff. And that's what's happening when he sees these other comments come in like that. But those comments are just making it even worse. He needs to realize, hey, I need to get my shit in order here, guys. I got to get my shit in order so I can keep this channel going and get things right and put him on the right path. But you're just enabling him with those comments. Because things aren't right with the channel, things aren't going according to plan, and it needs to be treated like a business, like I said. So it just gets under my skin, those comments. It really does, because you got to look at it from the person that has paid money for a service and product and not receiving that service or product. How do you think they feel? They went to work You know what I'm saying? They worked, they busted their butt to make that money in order to pay that subscription, and it's not getting fulfilled. But yet you're on the side of somebody that has not provided a service or product that he has promised and received money for. Doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I would expect any backlash just the same if I was running max pack breaks like that. I fully would stand behind their bad comments and everything that they're doing. And right now, I can guarantee you, Eric is getting slammed from every which way you can possibly think. Because when this starts to happen, it almost avalanches, it snowballs into everything else that happens. This is going to be a long video. It's already half hour long. I'm going to have to try to cut this thing down a little bit. But what happens is it snowballs. It starts snowballing. So when you start getting behind on packages, you're trying to catch up. These things are going on in your life, and you just find yourself getting further and further behind. Now it starts snowballing because now the supporters and the customers are not happy, okay? Because they're not receiving their products, they're not receiving their what they've been entitled to. So now they start not getting happy, and then it snowballs even further because now they start leaving bad comments. They're doing this and that, and then the bad comments start to snowball, and people start, canceling their subscriptions and so forth, and then it snowballs even further, and people start doing chargebacks and stuff like that, and that's when it really starts to get bad, because I know all about those situations, dealing with companies that I've consulted with. They get into a position where it's almost impossible to get out. And the way what I mean by that is once those chargebacks starts happening, they start happening in a big way. People start doing a chargeback. But what a lot of people don't know is when they file a chargeback, not only does he have to refund that money, okay, not only does he have to pay all the transaction fees on that refund, but I guarantee you he's getting charged for every chargeback as well. And normally it's around anywhere from $20 to $25 per chargeback. Okay, he gets fined $20 to $25 per chargeback. And if he's working with PayPal, which I think he is, he is working with PayPal. What happens with PayPal is if somebody does it, then PayPal actually fines him as well. So he ends up paying a ton of money in chargebacks, okay? And then it's really, really, really hard to get out of that hole at that time because it's just snowballed. And now he's dealing with, unhappy, supporters, unhappy customers. He's dealing with chargebacks. He's dealing with people wanting refunds. He's dealing with, trying to catch up with the shipping and all that, compiling on all the shit that he's going through in his life. I mean, it's just, I know his mind just must be going right now. And I think his only escape from dealing with all that stress and all that frustration is to go out to the store and buy some packs of cards and do a break. I think that's his only escape, and that's why he's doing these videos. And so, anyway, like I said, so I just wanted to address those things. When people make those comments, it's really, you can't leave those. I mean, I understand why you leave those comments, but it doesn't apply. It's a company. It's a business. There's no other way to look at it. And you would certainly not leave those kind of comments with any other business. Whether it be your electric company, your health insurance, your car payments, anything. You would never leave a comment like that. And I can understand that you feel like you're a part of his family and everything like that, but it's a company. That's it. That's all there is. It's a company. The second he put that up and offered product and services for a monthly subscription, it became a company. No other way to look at it. Anyway, And like I said, I'm glad you heard. I really hope you heard me all the way through, because I'm not here to put Job's family down in any way. Like I said, I am actually here to try to support him, help him. I'm more than happy to help him in any way I personally can, to get him out of this situation, or to help him through this process. Eric, if you're seeing this, drop me an email at rob@maxpackbreaks.com, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you and see if there's anything I can do to help. I even told on a post that I put on his community that I'd be more than willing to look at becoming part owner in his company, and that way I could help him out with hiring on staff and getting support that way. I'd buy his company out if he felt like he just couldn't do it anymore. I'd do that, and I'm also here to make I'll even do this if anybody on Job's family that has a subscription with him that it hasn't been fulfilled in the last couple of months. Drop me an email at rob@maxpackbreaks.com, and I will try to personally get you out something to cover what you might have not received from him. I know I've looked at his subscriptions. I know that most of his tiers is some packs of cards and stuff like that. I'll cover it free of charge. You don't have to pay nothing. I'll send you out some. Try to help him out. I'll even do that. So drop me an email if you haven't received something from him. Let me know what subscription level you're at, and I'll see about what I can do to help you out receiving what you would have gotten from him. So I'm not here to hurt Eric in any way. Like I said, I'm just making this video because those comments get to me. They really do. When people, give the guy something. No, you can't. It's a business. It's a business. You would never do that with anybody else. So why are you doing it here? Anyway, Eric, if you're watching this, buddy, I really do wish you the best, my friend. I mean, you have an amazing channel. I could just see and imagine all the great things that you could do with the channel. I want to support you as much as I possibly can. I only can wish you, my condolences on everything that you're going through. I wish you weren't, buddy. I really don't. I really wish you didn't have to go through that, and I know it must be tremendously hard for you. I can't imagine it. God, if I ever had to go through anything like that with my wife and my girls, it would probably kill me too. But I really do wish you the best, Eric. And like I said, I'm here to support you as well. If you need anything, if you need help with anything, drop me an email, man. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Anyway, that's the video I wanted to make. And I hope I didn't piss off anybody. I really don't. But this video wasn't about that. It was just, addressing certain things, and I just had to say something, I thought. Anyway, there you go. That's the video. I'll make some more videos like this, I think. I'm always seeing things, that I always want to make a video about. So I might make some more videos like this. Even hopefully on a much more positive note. Anyway, thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. And like I said, Eric, if you're watching the video, drop me an email. I'll try to help you as much as I can, buddy. And I do wish you the best. I really do. I really hope that you're able to pull through this. Time heals everything. Everything happens for a reason, I say. So you got to look at it that way. One door closes, another door opens. Anyway, all right. There's the video, guys. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you all later. Bye.